Hello, welcome to Queer Critiques. My name's EJ Marino, and this is the show I talk about anything queer, and I'm gonna jump right into this. Yes, I am talking about RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars 3 Snatch Game. A real quick sidebar, but how are you gonna make the Snatch Game episode only an hour? Like, you gave Bitchler the hour and a half, but Snatch Game gets an hour? VH1, like, happy you're here, I'm happy you're putting the show in HD, but like, girl. The episode starts with kind of us reeling from the milk elimination, and boy, Shangela has it right. People are getting mighty shady with the mirror this year. Like, the messages are getting harsh and pointed. Like, your tone seems very pointed through a lipstick message, and I don't know, I'm into it, but also, boy, is it shady, and maybe the shade is a little deserved, because people like Milk and with Thorgy's Shangela elimination, like, I think they have been harsh, but I also kind of love it, and you know, these art queens really want to take on like these pageant queens, and it's really interesting. Usually it's always comedy versus pageant queens, but right now we've had these very artistic queens versus these very traditional queens like Shangela, Chi-Chi, and Kennedy versus Milk, Thorgy, and Trixie, and Bendela. Like, I'm really liking this like kind of feud, and then you have like poor Aja in the middle who's a little bit of both and just trying to find his place in the competition. So I am liking the vibe, but it is very different than other seasons. Like I said, with the shady lipstick messages, with this kind of feud, this like drag race civil war, like, I'm into it, and I'm really into some of the drama from this episode. You cannot talk about drama from this episode and not talk about that Trixie Shangela moment. It terrified me. I really thought that was the moment Trixie just sealed her fate in this competition, but no, like, it's really interesting how it went out, and I really think Shangela and Trixie are both more mature, but I cannot help but love that little bit of drama. So Shangela found a note that Thorgy left that kind of says like, Shangela's a fake bitch, like, you need to watch out. And what does Trixie do? Put it up in her workstation. Hit or miss with this. Though the message is shady and Trixie should have just kind of like hit it, because yeah, I think Shangela was gonna get offended. But girl, why are you in Trixie's workstation, Shangela? Like, it was really odd where it's just like, I can see both sides of this argument. I'm on both sides of this argument. I'm a big Trixie fan. I like Shangela. Oh boy, and it didn't like blow up as much as it could have. Like, Shangela keeps saying this. Season 2 or 3 Shangela would not be as nice as All-Stars 3 Shangela. So I am here for it. I am okay with it. But boy, was I just like, oh my god, is this how Trixie goes? Like, is this it? And no, actually, it worked out pretty well. I will talk about a little bit more of that Trixie Shangela vibe, but it's crazy. Now let's just jump right into some of the queens and their Snatch Game performances. First one on my list was Shangela as Jennifer Lewis. Like, yes! I was like kind of here for Shangela doing Miss Cleo at first. I was like, okay, and then I heard that accent and I was like, are you just duping us so you can actually just do Jennifer Lewis? Oh, you're just duping us so you can do Jennifer Lewis? Like, I smell you, Shangela. If anyone can play the game of RuPaul's Drag Race, it's Shangy. Like, Shangela comes in knowing how to play these bitches, and Shangela played these bitches. Like, I loved her Jennifer Lewis. Is it top 2 material? Yes. Like, without a doubt, yes. Is it a winning performance on a normal season of like RuPaul's Drag Race? I don't think that Snatch Game performance would have won, but I definitely think it is top material, because we all know the winner of this Snatch Game was Bendela Crem's Paul Lynn. Like, I am amazed. Like, I always love when the queens do these male characters and kind of like add that feminine touch to them. Great performance. Bendela is now, I think, the Snatch Game master. From that beautiful Maggie Smith performance in, I think, season 6 to this performance now, yes, I'm loving what Bendela can do in Snatch Game. I almost want Bendela to be in every Snatch Game to keep giving these amazing performances. I was kind of hoping Trixie would win, but, you know, Trixie's performance is something we'll talk about in a second. But Bendela did really, really great, and I really think deserves the win. Like, I will now consider Bendela the first 2-time Snatch Game winner. I'm gonna have to jump into it, and I'll give you a little bit of a pheromone, because, Trixie, you disappointed me. Like, I feel like that parent were like, Trixie, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. I looked forward to Trixie's Snatch Game. Like, Trixie as RuPaul, I love it on and I love it on the Trixie and Katya show. Like, I think Trixie's RuPaul is hilarious. Is it Snatch Game hilarious? That's where it got a little tricky, and I don't think it is, and I didn't think it worked as strong as it could have worked, but I thought like the jokes were fine, they were just misplaced. Is this a losing performance? No, but it is a very disappointing, like below average performance, and I don't know who Trixie could have done, because Trixie is a character. I've noticed a lot of these queens who are very big characters themselves have a problem losing themselves in Snatch Game and becoming that character. I still felt Trixie there. I never got full RuPaul, where like Bendela's Paul Lynn was Paul Lynn, or Shangela's Jennifer Lewis was Jennifer Lewis. I didn't feel Trixie as RuPaul, but I thought the jokes were okay, just oddly placed. It almost felt like the edit was placing them as oddly. And then Michelle said on like the runway that like, nah, none of them landed. So it's just really disappointing. I'll not make excuses. Like, Trixie did not do great this week. Chi Chi and Kennedy struggled really hard this week. Like, wow. Like, Chi Chi was so bad as Maya Angelou. Sorry, Maya Angelou, or however you wanted to spell that. Like, how do you misspell Queen Maya Angelou's name wrong and not even turn it into a joke? Like, people have misspelled things. Like, I always remember seizures, like Jinx Monsoon couldn't spell seizures, so spelled it wrong. Like, that was funny. But Chi Chi didn't own that spelling error. I just don't think Chi Chi and Snatch Game are like meant to be, as opposed to Kennedy's Snatch Game in season 7 was amazing. I don't even think Ginger Mint should have won. It should have just been Kennedy. Now Kennedy gets here on All Stars 3 and delivers like, what kind of, you don't do a housewife. Like, anyone who's watching who wants to be on Drag Race, do not do a housewife. It's boring. It was boring here. Like, only like, I think Pearl as Big Ange was the only good like mob-wise, half-wise kind of performance that was good. But Kennedy was a disappointment and a half. Especially, like I said, after looking at season 7, what was this? Oh, and BB and Aja were there, but they were forgettable, just as much as forgettable as the Snatch Game I think is gonna end up being. Ooh, now it's time to talk about that runway. Okay, first off, VH1, that runway, that was quick. Like, I couldn't love these outfits, and some of these outfits were so beautifully detailed that I needed like a long linger, a good explanation, but no, they went by so quick that like I had to pause and like look at them to give them just a good dissection of an outfit look, and I'm just really disappointed with that. Like, the runway went by so fast, and like the critiques were like fleshed out nicely. I just don't know why this wasn't an hour and a half. I know I complained about that earlier, but come on, this episode could have used a little bit more time to flesh out all this good drama. Yes, that runway drama, okay. So, the top performances this week were obviously Shangela and Bendela Creme. We all knew that. So the safe queens were Aja and BB. Okay, we knew that. The bottom queens, we knew it. It was Trixie, Chi Chi, and Kennedy. Do I think Trixie even had a chance of going home? Yeah, actually, I feared it and I thought it was happening, and I like already mourned the loss of Trixie, because like I was just like, and there goes Trixie. Okay, Shangela's gonna send home Trixie. I get it. But man, like there was some good intense drama. Not like Milk's meltdown drama, but some really good like, oh boy, like nail-biting tension. Like, I actually felt tension in a Drag Race episode. Like, if this was, like I said, a little bit longer, I could have fleshed out that tension and been even more like, oh god, Trixie's going home, Trixie's going home, Trixie's going home. But that wasn't the case. Trixie does not go home. I will talk about who goes home. But like, I was really like, into the drama and the tension of this episode. So, like I said, I'm excited to kind of dive into the lip sync, because this lip sync was interesting as well. Like, it went by fast, like the whole episode did, but I Kissed a Girl, how have they not used it? Like, only on All Stars 3 that they used I Kissed a Girl? This is a song made for RuPaul's Drag Race. I feel like I've heard drag queens perform this at bars around the country, and like, now, but with Bendela and Shangela doing this lip sync, what a good pairing, because they both really owned it and both added something to the song that I didn't think was there. Now it's time to talk about that elimination. Whoa, okay, let me scale it back a little bit. Shangela and Bendela both perform I Kissed a Girl. Shangela gets the first like, okay, Shangela, you're a winner, baby. Bendela, you're a winner, baby. And I remembered All Stars 2 and I was just like, oh god, they're both gonna be able to send somebody home. Oh my god, they're both gonna be sent, oh god, what's happening? And then they both had the chance of like naming someone. They pulled the lip sync out and gave him they both said Chi-Chi. I was certain Shangela was sending Trixie home. Like I said, oh god, Trixie's already going home. Maybe Trixie can come back for Revenge of the Queens. Maybe RuPaul will save her. Like, how am I doing this? And then Shangela pulled out Chi-Chi and I'm like, I was gagged. Like, I gagged. I was just shook by it. Like, I did not expect Shangela to pick Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi deserved to go home. Chi-Chi understood Chi-Chi deserved to go home. But it was still nerve-wracking. Actually, Chi-Chi just really owned, like, the elimination. Really owned, like, look, Chi-Chi just knew All-Stars 3 was harder than what Chi-Chi expected, and I really respect that. Like, to see the delusion that Milk had to the realism Chi-Chi had, applause to Chi-Chi for being one of the best contestants I've ever seen. Maybe not the most polished queen, but one of the best contestants I have seen on the show. I like Chi-Chi, like, I'm torn of who I want to come back if anyone does come back for Revenge of the Queens, but if anyone will, I don't know, I really think I would pick Chi-Chi, because Chi-Chi is not that great of a queen, but is just such a great human being, and maybe that's why he stayed around for being in the bottom 4 times, because Chi-Chi's so great and no one really wanted to hurt his feelings, but I don't know, I really like Chi-Chi, and I'm really sad to see Chi-Chi go. But Trixie stayed, so I'm not gonna complain too hard. It's just like, please, like, the universe, like, the gay gods, do not hear me. RuPaul, if you are in that, like, little pop vinyl, do not hear me. Like, I'm glad Trixie stayed. I'm sad Chi-Chi left, but I wouldn't change anything in this episode other than making it longer. VH1, I'm looking at.
Oh, Jesus.
So that is it for this week's Queer Critiques. If you are subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. I love doing these reviews for you. If you're not subscribed yet, you can still have a chance to subscribe. Hit that button down below. Also, give me a thumbs up if you did enjoy this video. And also, please comment. I love comments. I love getting with you guys and talking about these episodes. So please leave me a comment down below. And make sure you tune in next week for another episode of Queer Critiques.